this piece of ham today. I am not quite sure how to cook it, but I'm going to learn. And it's already been frozen, so I cannot refreeze it. That's not a good practice. So I thought what I'll do is I'll cook this thing, and then I will put it in the freezer as cooked until I can use it in a meal. So I have weighed my ham, and it's about 1.7 pounds. So what I'm going to do, the recommended cooking time is about 20 minutes per pound. I would say for this one, it would be around about 36 minutes that it has to cook in a pot. But I'm going to put it in the Instant Pot, so I will show you what to do. The first thing we're going to do is take this trivet that comes with the Instant Pot and place it inside with the handles pointed to the sides like this. Then we're going to take our meat. This is pretty gross. We're just going to place it at the top of the trivet. I will put all the little pieces on top so they don't fall down as best I can. And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of water. I just use a standard mug for this, and I'm going to add my first mug full and then another 1/2 cup of water to this Instant Pot. And then it's pretty easy from then on. I'm going to close up the lid of the Instant Pot and make sure that the vent at the back is on seal. And then we set 35 minutes on the stove. But here's the thing with the Instant Pot. This is great because the Instant Pot cuts the time in half. So what you're going to do is you're going to do 1/3 of the time. So I'm going to put mine, instead of 36 minutes, I'm going to put mine in for 15 minutes. But what I'm going to do is just add an extra 1 or 2 minutes just to be safe. So I'm going to put it in for 17 minutes. And then we see how it comes out when it's done. So I put pressure cook. I don't actually need to do it for 17 minutes, but I will do that anyway. So pressure cook, and I'm going to time this up. Let's put it on for 13 minutes. It should be done. And now I just wait until it starts beeping. How long this thing takes to build pressure is going to depend entirely on it. As you can hear, it is busy building up pressure, and the little red button will push up once the pressure is being reached. And then the timer will change. So right now it is just working at pushing up. It's just pushed up, and now we just wait for the timer to change, and it'll change and cook the meat. Little to no effort on my side, except just making sure that the pressure is reached and the pot starts cooking. Now that it's started cooking, the timer is going to start counting down. And once it's done, I'll show you what to do. So once my Instant Pot has beeped, I'm going to vent it and just get rid of all the steam. And then we are going to see what the meat looks like. Okay, so as you can see, it's beeped. Now, as long as you leave it in, that little counter will keep on counting up. So it's going to start counting up from 1 to 2 to 3, 4. But you see there's an L in front. That means it's done. And now it's counting back. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to vent it like so. Be careful not to get your hand in the way. It has done venting. So now all that's left for me to do is to open it up. And oh yeah, that definitely looks done. I have to put my lid on the other side so that I can take this out. I've got these things that came with the Instant Pot. I'm going to use that and gather my trivet and take it out. Does this look cooked? I definitely think it looks cooked. Just put it on there to cool down. And while it's doing that, I'm just going to check out the ham to make sure that it is actually cooked. I will admit that I have never actually cooked ham. I've done it twice in my life. I'm still not 100% sure what the ham is supposed to look like when it's done, but I'm pretty sure this is done. So what I got out of that bone was just a tiny bit, but it is enough for a meal for us. It is enough to put in a soup or just as a little side. And if you stay tuned, then I will show you how I freeze it. So the absolute great thing about the Instant Pot is now it is super easy to just take out my inner pot, which is this one, and the trivet, and to pop it in the dishwasher. And then this gets washed by hand, but it's also super easy and really cool. But it takes me 2 minutes to wash by hand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a freezer bag to put this ham in. First thing I'm going to do is write today's date and what it is. Ham, and this is January. And so I know when I've used it. Now, instead of buying those fancy doodads that can hold the bags and clip on, what I'm doing to save money is just I'm going to put it in a Dollarama, or dollar store popcorn bin. I'm going to take the edges around like that. And I am just going to pop the ham in. I have cooled down the ham so that it is not going to damage the plastic or get any melted plastic in. I'm just going to add the ham in there. I dropped a piece, put that in. Now I'm going to very carefully take it out again. I'm just going to flatten it like this. And then the way I do it to get all the air out is I'm literally just going to turn it around like this until it gets to the end. And then I will just zip it up. And there we go. It's ready for the freezer. So what I've done is I've done the ham, it's in the freezer, and it's ready for a second meal, as I've already told you. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something from the video. If ever you need to know how much time something should be in the Instant Pot, all you have to do is just Google how long it's supposed to cook on the stove, and then you just use a third of the time of that. If it's frozen, you just do double of the third of the time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. What I've done is I've added a link to the Instant Pot down below, and have a good afternoon.